welcome back. It's looking a little bright today, isn't it? Anyway, just doing a little get ready with me, try some products, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I've been really enjoying this. This is the watermelon burst hydrating primer from I think it's Ciate, isn't it? Who makes this? Yes, Ciate London. You know, they make some pretty good products. I hate these squeezy tubes like this. I always tend to squeeze and try to, I don't know. I'm not coordinated very well for that, so. But I tend to overuse this, but my skin like soaks this stuff like right up quick. So I have got, as always, errands to run today. I am so tired of running errands. It's like not even funny. I do want to brighten my under eyes a little today. I think I don't use this a whole lot because it's so darn expensive. The little Tatcha Pearl. I mean, well, I'm trying to milk it along. And it doesn't take much. I mean, literally, if you've tried this and not like it, try to actually back off on how much you used and then try it, because that was my problem. I was using way too much, and it was a lot in how I was putting it on. I'm just using the end of a brush to do that, but you want to press this in and you just want to keep pressing this in until it goes into your skin. It will start looking a lot better here in a minute. If you have that problem with it, I didn't like this at all at first, and it was because it looked terrible. And it just looked like it sat on top of my skin. See how it's starting to look good? It really plumps the under eye. I should have done one side and not the other so you could really see. Oh, I guess I kind of can. See the difference? All under here just really pumps it up. Unlike most concealers, for me, it ruins my under eyes. Look terrible. It just makes them look so cakey and so dry. And this is like totally different. It's almost like a moisturizer. I think it is their actual eye moisturizer mixed with like a under eye brightener. And really, if you don't need something like super brightening or super, coverage, this is great for that. I don't have a lot of dark under my eyes. I got very lucky with that. When I was younger, I did. But now that I'm older, I don't really have that. Thank goodness. I have been playing around with eyeshadow primers. I ordered the Natasha Denona one. I've heard great things about it. I've been kind of skipping back and forth between hydrating under eye primer. I've used this is the Smashbox. It's actually an under eye primer. And I have been kind of using it on my eye, above the eye, just because it really helps to plump that area up a little bit. And I just like how it does. So I put this on, and then I put the regular Smashbox primer on, and I'm almost out of that because I have the little teeny weeny one. I just have a sample of it, and I've liked this, but I've heard people that do like this. This is actually a little too dark for me. I want the light one. Actually, this is the light one. I didn't realize that. I thought this was more of a medium. But I am just so fair-skinned that it's so hard to get something to match. You know, when you get older, your eyelids, are the first thing to, like, really kind of change. I think that in your under eye, because that skin is so much thinner, and I think that's why it really makes such a change. I have been fooling around with different eyebrow products. I really like this Hourglass for my brows, but I kind of cut my brows too short in a couple of spots, and I tried to reshape them and it didn't work the way I wanted it to. So I've got to have them grow back out in spots that I actually cleaned up that I did not want to clean up. I feel like it takes me forever to build this up, but I like it because it's real natural looking. So you can see where I'm missing hair right there. I hate that. But this is a great pencil for filling that in. It's amazing how that like makes that look like it's hair, and it's not. Until it grows back in, I kind of am stuck with that. Then I like to go through and give it a few little flicks upward just to give more appearance of actual pieces of hair strokes. So you almost would think that that's just my brows. I wish. Although when I was younger, they did look kind of like that. So, you know, I think as we get older, we all, you know, start to look back and say, oh, well, you know, this used to be that, and that used to be this, and this, you know, if ifs and ands, that's what my grandmother used to tell me all the time. If ifs and ands were pots and pans. And then she says she forgot the rest. And I used to tell her all the time, well, I guess you'd have a kitchen full of dishes, wouldn't you? Let's see, I picked up this little sample. This is Sephora. If you guys have not done this, they give you great size samples. This is just a little deluxe sample. Clinique, if you ever want to try their foundation, Clinique gives you the cutest little thing. I wanted to try this new Laura Mercier, the tinted moisturizer. I got it in vanilla and I got it in porcelain. 1 and 2 and 1 and 1. This is 1 and 1 and 1 and 2. Which tinted moisturizers, you get them a little dark. This one, wow. This one looks lighter than that one. Kind of. Or is it the lighting? Let's see. I don't know. Which one do you think's a better match? They look pretty much the same to me. I don't know. This one looks lighter for some reason. Now, I'm going to grab this little Luxie brush. This is it's actually a Luxie contour, small contouring brush. And I picked this up from Bailey Sarian. She uses this for her foundation. I'm like, you know, I liked how that worked. But I'm going to use, I don't like getting the foundation under my nails. So I go ahead and I use the end of the brush. So that's why if you ever see me, I'm always like wiping the ends of my brushes off. Let's just go ahead and blend that out. Now this is a tinted moisturizer, so you're just going to get a light bit of color, basically just kind of cleaning up it'll kind of even out your tone, kind of just clean up your skin a little bit and make your skin just look kind of more healthy than it is. Kind of your skin, but better. And I think it looks very pretty. It gives you a little bit of color, but it gives you a lot of evening of your tone, and it gives you extra moisture, which if you are over 20, I would say actually, if you are over 12 and you wear makeup, you need extra moisture. People don't realize what makeup does to their skin, you know. I would love to see, because I am a makeup user. I'm a makeup user for many years, and I can see, you know, what makeup has done to my skin over the years. I don't like how that's blending with that Tatcha. I don't like how that blended off at all. I don't know if you can see kind of that little, where it's matching up with the Tatcha. I feel like I'm getting a little line there. I love that Tatcha stuff, but it's just not, I don't know. Let me try to put a little bit there. I'm barely using any of this, really. It doesn't take much, but I really want to fix how that looks up against the eye there. There we go. I think that'll look a lot better. It's not really showing up on camera as much as it's showing up on person. All right, that looks a lot better. I just didn't like how it was blending off with the Tatcha Pearl, but you know, some products just don't like to mix well together, and that's just kind of what happens. All right, this is the coolest little thing. I don't know how long this has been out. I got this a little while ago. It was on sale, and I grabbed it. It's from Pure, and I thought that was just so neat. And you kind of you turn it, and there's a little sponge. And I really, for some reason, like this a lot. And I'm not one to like really press my powders in, but there is something, this is a little stiffer brush, there is something with the way this blurs. I don't know if you can see, it really just, and it goes together like that, so you have your sponge and everything on one side. But let me see if I can get in closer and really show you how, see how that just really blurs the skin so beautifully. The little stiffer sponge, it's more, it's hard to explain. It's more like a rubbery kind of sponge than most. And then you just take it, lay it flat. This took me a little trick. You lay it flat and you just turn it. Whoops, wrong way. You turn it and it attaches. See, so you can just throw it in your bag. And you've got, it's nice to like throw in your bag because then you have a sponge that stays clean and a powder if you want to carry a loose powder. Look at how that just blurred the skin so well. And I mean, I'm sitting like really up close. I just love how that, you know, you want to look younger and really just look more fresh and more youthful. That's the trick to it, is just really try to keep your skin evenly toned. You want to keep your skin, you don't want it too dark and you don't want it too light. You want it to match your aesthetic as far as your hair and as far as your body. I have a lot of red to my neck. I do bring a lot of my foundations down a little on my neck during the day with a look like this. I don't, but I will bring my powders down and I will do a little bit of contour, not a lot, or a little bit of bronzer even around my neck, just to kind of help that out. I really enjoyed this bronzer. This is a very unusual color for a bronzer. If you haven't tried this, this is called Telluride. I've used this quite a bit on here. If you are new to my channel, you may not have seen it. If you've been around for a while, you'll know. I'm going to grab this. She calls this her worker fan from the Sonia G Sky Blue set. And I'm going to pick that up on there. I like the very light. I like this because I can use it as kind of a bronzer, kind of a blush at the same time. And it's just, see, it's so pretty. It shows up so much more for some reason in person. There. I don't know why it's not. I'm probably going to have to lighten my light a little bit. Let me take this light down just a little bit. See what I'm saying. I'm under these real bright beauty lights, and a lot of times you cannot see the exact color. See, I feel like it's dark in here now, but on camera it looks very bright. But there's that. Now in person that looks so much brighter. It is. It's cool toned. It's still cool toned. Kind of a mauve-y, kind of red, kind of burgundy, like a deep burgundy color to it. And it's one of my very favorite bronzers to use, especially during the day when I'm just doing that, because it gives a nice little bit of color and it does have a little bit of a redder tint to it. So it does kind of blend in with the fact my neck is red. As much as I don't like my neck being red, it does kind of blend that in. You know, I always like to go ahead and buff over everything just to make sure everything's blended out. Plus I like to add a little bit of like sheen, and I use this Milani Prep Set and Glow just to kind of, I start right here and just kind of lightly go over this. Not really the cheek as much as around the area that I did. Because this has, it's like a little sheen to it. That's kind of a sheen to it. It's not as shiny as a highlighter would be. It gives kind of, you can really see on my forehead there, it gives back that kind of life look. Because I don't want to look too matte. And as you guys know, I'm trying to show you guys some dupes for stuff in videos, but this one, it's kind of hard with this one because it is inexpensive, and that is the Natasha Denona mini, it's a mini gold palette. I call it the mini green palette because look at it. Not tried this palette. I am very hit or miss when it comes to Natasha Denona, as we all know, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna start out with this little caramely color. The names aren't on it, so we're just gonna play it as we see it. I'm just going to throw this in my crease. We're going to do a very quick, just very simple little eye. I always make sure to contour the crease like that of my eye because my eyes are so hooded. If I don't do that, then my eyes will look very droopy all day. That's why I close in that area and bring it there because it really pulls that eye. I try to pull my eye up. That is pretty for her. You know, I say for her because it's been very hit or miss. The other one that is like that with me is Huda. Some people swear by the Desert Dust palette. I hate it. I'm going to grab this grungy green color right here and go ahead and put that on the outer corner. Bring it just slightly under. And I'm using a BOM 420 Royal and Lane nickel brush. These are great brushes and they're not very expensive. Oh, a few of you have asked about my brush video. I worked on a brush video for a few months and I'm having to refilm part of it because when I went to put it all together, somehow it wound up corrupt and I lost about a quarter of my footage. So I'm having to refilm part of that video. I was so proud of it too. You know, as I was editing it, I was so proud of it. And I got about a quarter of the way through it and it was looking good and everything. And, you know, my eyes start bugging me and I always have to take a break from that. And I did. And so did my computer. My computer took a nice long break called, hey, I'm not going to keep your stuff going and we're going to have an error and it's going to crash. And when it comes back up, you've lost a quarter of your stuff. I actually lost everything that I had edited, which sucks. I think what I'm going to do, and I've started doing this with other videos, is I don't, I'm going to pick up a little bit of that green on here and just bring that right in there. I'm going to bring it up into that crease a little bit more. I'm going to blend this out a little more. I don't want a super dark look, but I want that to look very, very grungy right there. So grab this green right here just on my finger and press that on the outer, kind of where we did that other green. Grab this on a 242, this gold color right here. And I want to shear this out quite a bit. It to look like you've had it on all day and it's just kind of to the point where it's wearing down. I like shadows sometimes when they look like that. I'm going to wet this brush just a tiny bit. Gold a tiny bit right here. It's just, and give it a little zhuzh right there. See how it just kind of spotlighted that eye. Just going to use this 242 and I'm going to use this green color. I'm going to pick that up and I'm just going to go right underneath the outer corner with that. I love, as you guys know, I love using shimmers under my eye. That came out very pretty. Just come up under. I'm kind of torn between putting this in the crease and this. And I put this Buxom called Ring My Bell into the waterline. Let me show you that. It's like a dark kind of green. I got that one. And then of course I've got the one from Glossier, this more yellowy. It was kind of between those and I just felt like it needed a little more dark. I actually sat on Ulta looking at every green eyeshadow they had. I mean, eyeliner they had. And that is it. We're just going to put a little bit of setting spray. I went ahead and outlined my lips with Oak from MAC, and this I haven't really tried yet. This is the Wet n Wild lip powder, and I don't know if you can see it. It is an actual lip powder. See, and once you rub it, it goes to like a matte lipstick, and it looks pretty darn nice. I will let you know on how long it lasts though. But that is it. I am off, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Bye.